And in this tutorial, I will show you how to make this adorable Star of David garland. This is so simple, and you can find the supplies for this just about anywhere, even at an office supply store. If you want to see more tutorials like this one, I will be uploading a total of 8 Hanukkah DIYs this year in addition to my 12 Christmas DIYs, and I will link all of my previous year's playlists in the description below. If you want to see more tutorials like this on a regular basis, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell next to it so you get updates when I post new videos. Follow me on social media at Katrinaosity, check out my podcast at MDXpods.com, and if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. It really helps my videos get seen. For this project, you'll need decorative paper, a piece of scrap paper, a ruler, ribbon, scissors, a pencil, a needle with a large eye, and a trusty old glue stick. Begin by measuring your Star of David template. To do this, use your scrap piece of paper and cut out a triangle that has 3 sides that are equal in length. You can, of course, use more specialized tools to make this accurate and get the angles just right, but calm down, it's a Hanukkah DIY. It's not that serious. Cut out your first triangle, then use that as your template to cut out the second triangle. That way they're the exact same size and shape, and overlap them to create your Star of David. Glue that together with your handy-dandy glue stick and give that a few seconds to dry. Luckily, it dries quickly. Then begin sticking your pieces of decorative paper together. I recommend you cover the entire back of one piece of paper by turning it upside down onto a second piece, and that way you can get right up to the edge of it with that glue stick. Don't leave any gaps, otherwise you'll end up with bubbles that aren't sticking together. Then stick the backs of both of those pieces of paper together and try and use pieces that are fairly dissimilar from one another. That way you end up with a lot of variation in your stars and it doesn't get too boring. I chose a color scheme of light blues and I tried to mix up the patterns quite a bit just to make this a little bit more interesting. You can make this as glamorous or as simple as you want. I opted for simple. Then use your template to trace out your stars onto one piece of paper. I cut my triangles to 3 inches and I can fit 9 stars onto a regular piece of scrapbook paper. Then cut out your stars. It's a little bit easier to cut out 3 strips of stars and then cut those out individually from the strips so you can get to all the angles easily. Once you've cut out all of the stars, cut slits from one tip of your star to the center. Do this for each of your stars and then you're ready to start joining them together. You simply slide the slits together and make sure that the ends of the stars line up properly. And try not to use the same stars from one piece of paper, that way things stay a little bit more interesting and you don't end up with repeating patterns. Next, thread your needle with your ribbon while it's still attached to the spool, and then pierce one of the tips of your stars. Do this on each one of your stars and slide them down the length of your ribbon, spacing them equally. You can, of course, punch holes in this ahead of time if you wanted to, but I think it's easy to just pierce the individual stars with the ribbon and thread them as you go. Then make sure all of the stars are open. Each of these stars now has 2 legs from where you cut the slits, so I find it's helpful to put one leg to the left and one leg to the right, and that way they hold themselves up and open. And that is your finished project. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more Hanukkah DIYs like this one, make sure you check out my 8 DIYs of Hanukkah playlists that I've done for a few years in a row now. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. It really helps my videos get seen.